Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Charioteer. It's a Tier 8 British turreted tank destroyer located on the east spawn, the west spawn of Studzianki, under the command of Awppenheimer, and the game started. Well, what can I tell you about this tank? Well, it actually is an upgrade of the Cromwell. It's got a different turret, a much bigger turret, and the reason for that is it carries a 105mm gun. And you can see here the alpha damage 390 hit points, and he's got an immediate hit on a Lynx. Now I said alpha damage 390, but this tank can carry Hesh rounds, as you can see here, and they can do 480 alpha. And that's because it's got the 105. Normally it would have a 20 pounder gun, not 20mm. But if you get the 105mm, oh crumbs, it does increase the power. Oh, he got a fire there on the T-55.
We've torched them.
And that's the reward tank for the personal missions. He's badly damaged now. Probably wouldn't want to poke his head up now because he realises his game would be over if he did. Over there we've got a Pershing hiding behind the church. Oh, we spotted an AMX-50-120, and we tried to get a shot into the E-50. We weren't spotted, but he was going to pull back just in case. And it looks like the enemy is trying to push beyond the church. We got one hit in that M449. Right, for a brief moment we could see the AMX-50-120, but it's a very narrow gap to shoot between. There he is, there's the E-50. He poked around the corner. Oh, there's the AMX-50-120. And he gets one through the front plate, the upper plates. Weak armour on that tank. We were spotted though. Yep. We didn't wait long enough to go unspotted, so the Ferdinand managed to get around into us. Okay, going to the E-50 again, took another round. The Lurvers probably guess where we are. Okay, still firing the APCR, which is the standard ammo, not the premium. But it looks like the enemy's pushing through on the south side. And that E-50 of ours is going to be in trouble very soon. Oh, don't know which one to aim at. It's difficult because we've got that E-50 there and he's sort of in the way. There's the defender. No, didn't get it through, wrong angle. So we've got the enemy tanks coming through on the south side. Oh, it looks like he was tracked by somebody. Fired another round in, but no joy. And we're actually running short of ammunition now. 19 rounds left. 10 of them Hesh. We're going to have to start biting into that premium ammo soon. Awppenheimer's decided to relocate to a new position so he can get shots on the enemy when they get round the corner. The Lorraine 40-ton and the T-28 Prot are staying where they are for the moment. But they're going to need some help from somebody who's in a bushed or unspotted position over on the far west side. Okay, CDC over there. It's very light armour on him. Oh, how did we not penetrate that one? I think we might have hit the tracks. CDCs are notorious for having very light armour. Yep, and he got that one through. 428. Now that's a high roll. Going for him again. Yes, got him out the game this time. That's our first kill. Can we get the Conqueror? We're still firing the APCR. Need to go for the turret more than the body. But we still get him through. Lurver should be able to penetrate his side. Gets it right into the right place for the ammo rack, but it didn't go. Going for the Conqueror. He's doing the same on the Conqueror. He's trying to get that ammo rack. Ah, but he got the kill this time instead. Going for the Lurver. Still running low on ammo. Into the engine bay. 454. High roll. One more shot. Should finish him off if we can get a high roll. Oh, it didn't. We got a low roll instead. So there's one more T-30. Oh, no, he's looking this way. That's awkward. Can we get the Lurver? Not yet. Got side of the turret of the T-30, but it didn't go through. He was looking this way for a moment. Got the side of the turret on the T4. Type 4. Got him. Now, it looks like the enemy has got the factory area, but the problem is they can't move out of it without getting hit. Lurver. Kill.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Now we're using the HESH rounds. We've only got 8 rounds left, but there's only 4 enemies remaining. And there we got the side of the turret of the E50. And a nice big hit for 494, which is a high roll. Just by 14 hit points, the E50's down. There's only 3 enemies remaining. We've got 7 rounds of HESH to do it. 4 kills so far. It's a good recovery because they did push through on the south. And we've already got 5.4k of damage. Now, there's the Ferdinand, but he's actually behind that rise. Behind that ridgeline. T-55 still in the centre. Obviously doesn't want to poke his nose out because he's really vulnerable. The T-30 can just make out the top of his turret, I think. Oh, now he's made himself known. Can get through that hull. Yes. He can't see us. We're just too far away, and we got the side of his turret. And that one, I think that probably did go through. But he was turning his body at the time, turning his hull. We do need to get a bit closer because unfortunately he's just outside view range. Even with the binocs on, he's got enough camo to remain hidden. He needs to get closer to us before we'll be able to put a shot in. Oh, he's moved. In fact, he moved away from us. And there's that T-55 there as well. He's got the walls in between us and him. Huge number of wrecks around the factory. Okay, T-55's poked his nose up. Seems a shame to waste a HESH round on him because he's only got 9 hit points. A RAM would be enough to take him out. I think the Standard B's going to go for him instead. Standard B's very healthy and he's killed him. There's only 1 tank remaining. It's the T-13. He's behind that wall. Oh, and the kill goes to the Standard... No, it's not to the Standard B. It's the T-28 prototype. So, game over. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an ace tank for Awppenheimer in the Charioteer. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 10. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He did get 4. And a 5 for effect on top. And as the epic medals, he picked up a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. High caliber for dealing the most damage. And a tank sniper for dealing the most damage at range. And that came about because he had the good sense to actually take a sniping position. And then move back, pull back to the bushes so that he could use his teammates' spotting to put rounds into the enemy as they came available. And yes, it certainly worked very well indeed. Let's have a look at the team score. Highest damage, 6,724 hit points in that game. The next highest scorer was the Conqueror with 3,987, and then that Type 4 Heavy managed 2,927, but he presented his side to Awppenheimer, and of course that was just too tempting a target. When it came to kills, the Standard B managed to do best. He got 5 kills, whereas Awppenheimer got 4, and when it came to the next high scorer, the T-28 prototype, E50, Type 4 Heavy and Lurver all shared the same amount. When it came to base XP though, it was definitely Awppenheimer for all that damage he did. 1,409 base experience points, 1,069 for the Samur, and 1,048 for the Standard B. He fired 25 rounds, got 22 direct hits and 18 penetrations, damage of 6,724 hit points, of which 5,547 were up more than 300 meters. Yes, he was using that Charioteer just as it's supposed to be used. Let somebody else do the spotting for you, but take the sniping rounds from long range, and boy did it work well. He received 3 hits, 2 penetrations, 1 non-penetrations. Well, the armor on the Charioteer isn't really that great. I'm afraid it's actually pretty naff, but the only reason he got hit it was because he popped up after he hadn't gone unspotted, and that gave the Ferdinand and I think who else hit him? I think it was that Leopard. He just gave them an easy target to shoot at because he was still sighted. No, I think it was the Lurver actually, wasn't it? And one non-penetration which actually hit his tracks. He spotted one enemy vehicle, damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did damage assistance of 109 hit points. On a premium account, he earned 45,155 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 12,342 credits. And he did use a fair bit of HESH, but there must be something in here that what Replays is not telling us about, because if you deduct those sums from that, you do not end up with that amount. So something's wrong on their maths. He received 1,409 XP, and there's something missing here as well because he took home 2,114. But another excellent game by Awppenheimer, and he actually did do a recovery. He says here 6.7 damage chariot recovery win, and it was because the enemy had broken through in the south. There was nothing really stopping them except the prototype and him that were guarding their own cap area, but he used those spotting to actually do the job, and the Charioteer is an extremely good tank at doing that. If you check, I have actually done some other Charioteer replays for Awppenheimer, and you can see the one where he got his second mark of excellence in, and yep, he certainly performs very well in that tank. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like, do subscribe to our channel, we get great replays going up all the time. It would be a pity if you miss one, so hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.